As the Wall Street Journal today notes, suddenly Ecuadorians, Brazilians, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, Haitians, and Cubans are turning up by the hundreds of thousands. Well, of course, we knew. What, man, they surprised by that over at the Wall Street Journal? So why is this happening now? Well, the Center for Immigration Studies may have found their answer. On September 12th, the Mexican government sent a mass of migrants that had bottled up for months in its southern states up to the American border. Now, this move appears to have been done under the cover of Mexico's Independence Week. Here now is former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, good to see you tonight. The Biden team has been trying to reboot Trump's Remain in Mexico policy, but Mexico doesn't look like it wants to play. Your reaction to all this?
Well, this is another example, Laura, where we left them a perfectly good plan. We left them a perfectly good plan in Afghanistan. They turned it into chaos. We left them a perfectly good plan with respect to how we handled our southern border, how we kept our sovereignty. We avoided a humanitarian crisis at the border, and they ripped that plan up too. And now they're trying to get back to it. I am confident they'll try and blame our administration for what's happening as well, in the same way they did Afghanistan. But I think the American people can see these folks have implemented their ideas poorly. The humanitarian crisis is very significant. The burden this will place on the United States for an awfully long time is real. The schools in these states will have to now take these kids and put them through school. Huge burdens that it will deny the citizens that live there and the kids that live there the educations that they need. And make no mistake about it, you mentioned the Wall Street Journal article. Every person who's thinking maybe I should come will all see that these Haitians who often came from Central and South America, they've been there quite a while. They didn't just flee Haiti in the last week or 2 weeks after the earthquake. Every single person who's been thinking about coming to the United States illegally now will see that there's a green light, that they're going to be released inside the United States. I think we are at the very front end of what will be a significant tidal wave of illegal immigration. We've seen it for the first 8 months of the Biden administration. I suspect the next date will only increase that.
Secretary Pompeo, what does this mean for the definition, the meaning, I should say, of American independence and sovereignty? If a nation is unwilling, we're able to do it, but if we're unwilling by our elected leaders to actually enforce our own borders, where does that leave us as a country?
Well, it certainly makes our adversaries happy to try to undermine our democracy, our republic. Laura, you nailed it. This is about American sovereignty. We have a fundamental duty to protect our border, to know who's coming in and out, not only the who, but the what, the drugs, the traffickers, all of the things that move across that southern border today freely. We've got a Democrat Party who has clearly been taken over by the open borders crowd. This is a dereliction of duty at the most serious level. American sovereignty is at stake here, and I think the American people can see it. I think they can sense it. And I am very confident that the Biden administration will hear loudly that they've got to reverse these policies. A good start would be to put Remain in Mexico back in place, but an even more important idea would be to make clear that we're going to adopt a policy that says illegal immigration is simply going to stop, and if you come here unlawfully, you're going to be returned.
Secretary Pompeo, great to see you tonight. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.